Intolerance to heat, temperature, and sunlight is a very frequent complaint of people with advanced adrenal fatigue. This is Dr. Lam, founder of drlam.com. Here we will talk about why. Why is it that most people in adrenal fatigue cannot handle the sun? They go out for a few minutes, let's say they do some gardening, they can crash. They go on a road trip, they can crash. They have difficulty taking a bath, for example, because the heat from the bath water can crash them instead of relaxing them. This is very common. We see that a lot. Now, let's back up a little bit. A body that is in adrenal fatigue has compromised feedback loops in not only the hormones, but also its temperature regulation. Not only is this because of, for example, salt deprivation or imbalances, electrolyte dysregulations, fluid that is not properly given to the body or retained by the body. All these lead to temperature control. One of the classic things you will find is that people will report their inability to go into any kind of sauna. They cannot sunbathe, for example. We talked about this earlier. And they all point to a thermostat that's in the body that's somewhat not working very well. It's almost like you have a thermostat in your home. When it hits a certain temperature, then the body regulates on its own. If the body gets too heated up, it will open up the pores of the skin, and then perspiration will happen, and then the temperature will come down. Likewise, if you're feeling cold, then the body will constrict the skin, and then the fluids will stay in the body, get heated up, and then the temperature will rise. In adrenal fatigue, this mechanism is somewhat compromised. So if you put the person into a sauna or in a bathtub, not only will it not relax the person, it actually crashes the person because it's just the regulation is broken. So the body, they can, for example, in the sense of heat, they can have a vasodilatation, but they don't have the vasoconstriction compensatory mechanism. So the blood get pulled in the rest of the body, and you don't have enough to the brain, and then you can have adrenal crash, for example. There are many mechanisms that go in, but overall picture that you have to understand is that most people in advanced adrenal fatigue, I'm talking about advanced adrenal fatigue, not regular adrenal fatigue, have temperature intolerance, and it is quite normal. And the degree they're able to tolerate the temperature usually tells you the degree of advancement. In fact, what happens is that as the people get better, their ability to tolerate temperature is improved. So at first they may be able to go out to the sun for 5 minutes, and as they get better, they can go out to the sun for a little longer and a little longer and a little longer. So that is, of course, provided that they are improving in the right direction. If they are just simply improving in adrenal fatigue by energy alone, but not other things, then actually there may not be any significant change in the temperature regulation, because improving energy alone is not the only yardstick for adrenal fatigue. You can be masking the underlying problem. So this can be quite confusing. Now, we deal with a lot of people like this when they're in advanced stages, but it's not something to be worried about, but it's not something to be taken for granted. It has to be put in the right perspective and do the right things to allow the body to recoup on its own, and then you will not be held hostage by these temperature dysregulations. Important symptom, no question about it, but it has to be put in the right perspective. I hope you've enjoyed this video. For more information on this topic, head over to drlam.com, where I have written over 1,000 articles to help educate people. You can also call me at 626-571-1234 for more information on adrenal fatigue and how to navigate it. Finally, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.